Alright, let's start with something that blew my mind. Imagine holding a human brain in your hands, literally touching the physical record of someone's entire life. That moment when neuroscientist Nicole Vignola did this? That's not just cool, it's a metaphor for everything we're about to unpack. Because here's the wild truth, your brain isn't fixed. It's not some static organ ticking away in your skull. It's alive, adaptable, and, get this, it's constantly rewriting its own code based on how you live. But here's the catch, most of us are programming it on accident. Let's dive into how to take control. Okay, dopamine. You've heard it called the happiness hormone, right? Big misconception. Vignola nails this by explaining that dopamine isn't about the high five you get after winning. It's the gasoline in your brain's engine that keeps you chasing the next thing. Ever felt more excited planning a trip than actually being on it? That's dopamine resetting the bar. The problem? Modern life hacks this system. Scrolling TikTok, binge-watching shows, even junk food, they're like cheat codes for instant hits. But they train your brain to crave shortcuts. So what's the fix? Train your brain to love the grind. When you choose a 20-minute run over doomscrolling, or spend an hour learning a skill instead of binging Netflix, you're not just being good, you're rewiring your dopamine system to value effort. That's not willpower, it's long-term game design. Now, let's talk about your phone. Yep, that thing in your pocket? It's a cognitive vampire. Not because it's evil, but because it's always there. Think about it, every time you switch tasks, check a notification, or argue with a stranger online, you're paying a mental tax. Your brain's mental capital is finite. Spend it all on chaos, and you've got nothing left for creativity or deep thought. Vignola's solution isn't about monk-like discipline, it's about environment design. Put your phone in another room. Schedule screen-free zones. This isn't anti-tech, it's pro-focus. It's like putting a filter on the gas you feed your brain's engine. Why does this matter? Because attention is the currency of change. Without it, you can't build anything lasting. Here's a twist, your body isn't separate from this system. When you move, really move, you're not just burning calories. You're activating a biological hack called BDNF, which Vignola calls fertilizer for the brain. Let that sink in. When you go for a walk or lift weights, your muscles release myokines that tell your brain, hey, let's grow. This isn't some wellness guru hype, it's science. And walking? It's not just exercise. The bilateral rhythm, the left-right motion, might mimic EMDR therapy, calming your amygdala and letting your brain process stress without melting down. So next time you're stuck on a problem, take a walk. Not a podcast and earbuds walk, but a silent, observant one. Nature's not a bonus here, it's part of the formula. Green spaces reset your brain's stress dials. How crazy is that? Now, the habit thing. Vignola's 10 habits aren't just tips, they're Trojan horses for identity shifts. Let's unpack 1, replace, don't eliminate. Your brain hates voids. So instead of quitting social media cold turkey, substitute a 5-minute walk. Why? Because habits stick when they plug into existing neural pathways. Another gem? Start stupid small. Meditate for 1 minute. Read a single page. This isn't about perfection, it's about proving to yourself that you can show up. And here's the deeper layer, self-talk. When you catch yourself saying, I'm bad at discipline, pause. Reframe it, I haven't learned this pattern yet. That's not semantics, it's a mindset shift from fixed to growth-oriented. But here's the question I can't stop thinking about, why don't we talk about this more? If movement, environment design, and intentional reward systems are such low-hanging fruit for rewiring our brains, why are we still stuck in a culture that glorifies burnout? Maybe it's because change feels hard. But Vignola's work suggests it's not about Herculean effort, it's about consistency and curiosity. It's about asking, every day, what patterns am I reinforcing? And what version of myself is my brain building right now? So here's my challenge to you, pick one thing. Just one. Tomorrow morning, try starting your day with 5 minutes of sunlight instead of your phone. Notice how it shifts your focus. Or take a walk without headphones. Let your brain wander. Then come back and tell me in the comments, what did you discover? Because this isn't just about hacks, it's about reclaiming agency over the most powerful organ in your body. And honestly, the longer I think about it, the more I realize, the brain isn't just the record of our lives. It's the pen. So what story are you writing next?